A judge has ruled Catherine Hoggle incompetent to stand trial. She is the Montgomery County mother charged with murdering her own children back in 2014. The bodies of then 3-year-old Sarah and 2-year-old Jacob have never been found. I'm Leslie Foster, and we've been covering this case from the very beginning, and we know that you have lots of questions like, what happens next? Our Scott Broom joins us live outside the courthouse. And Scott, you just wrapped up an interview with the children's father, who has been so vocal during this entire time.
He has the entire time. He's been the primary voice in all of this, and of course he is crushingly disappointed today with this finding. Catherine Hoggle again found mentally incompetent. That has happened more than 20 times over the past 8 years these children have been missing. But today's ruling puts an end to this for the time being, because time has run out. The murder charges against her, according to state law, had to be dropped today because this has gone on so long. The father of missing children, Jacob and Sarah, bitterly criticized the system for failing to hold Hoggle accountable. Troy Turner believes a finding of competency in a murder trial might have forced Hoggle to finally tell what happened to the children and where their bodies are. During the hearing, Turner said he believed Hoggle has been faking incompetency, especially since she participated in a custody hearing for the couple's surviving older child in Virginia. He predicted Hoggle will get better in the hospital and be released someday. Here's Turner and Montgomery County State's Attorney John McCarthy.
I give it within a year probably, because it's now the charges are dropped. She's going to have the willingness to get better. I've watched with my own eyes her sitting there communicating with her attorney. Just yesterday she brought in a piece of paper that she had highlighted herself and handed to him. But yet this woman is allowed to kill 2 children and then be put in a hospital. She belongs in jail, she belongs in prison. Everything with this is wrong.
As long as I'm state's attorney, it would be my intent that if she is adjudged to be safe to be returned to the community, the circumstances would be such that we would recharge her.
During the hearing, Judge James Bonifant questioned Hoggle himself and said her answers were calm and accurate. Still, he said, prosecutors failed to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she can help in her own defense, especially since the state's own medical experts said she's still suffering from psychosis and disordered thinking. Here's Hoggle's lawyer, David Felsen.
She is a profoundly ill woman. She has taken medications of last resort for years, and she remains ill. And in the United States and in the state of Maryland, we don't try people for anything, for any crime, if they can't defend themselves.
Okay. So Hoggle found incompetent to stand trial today. The time runs out on the murder charges. Those were dropped today. Hoggle was involuntarily committed civilly by the judge to the same secure state hospital where she has been for the past 8 years. That will continue indefinitely. Her condition will be reviewed by the courts every 6 months, the judge said. Live in Montgomery County, back to you.
Yeah, Scott, I have never forgotten about these children and have wondered for such a long time what happened to them. And a lot of people are wondering what happens next. So how is the state making sure that this never happens again?
Well, under the current system, you can't make sure it won't happen again. This is the way the system worked. According to Hoggle's defense attorney, it's the way the system should work. But Troy Turner says, in addition to trying to keep the memory of his children alive in the search and trying to encourage her to talk in some way in the hospital, he plans to be in the Maryland State Legislature during the next session and find some way to reform the law to hold people in this situation like Catherine Hoggle accountable.
He has never given up the search for answers, even under the most tragic of circumstances.